Hello and welcome to this special screening of Days of Glory. May I please introduce the director, Rashid Bouchard. Thank you so much for coming.
Good evening. Okay, after we have show with Elvis Presley, you know, he sing after. Okay, I go very fast. Huh? When the movie released a few months ago in September, President Chirac and his wife, when she saw the movie, she cried.
Okay, well, look, it's a great introduction. You made the French president's wife cry. They changed veteran policy because of it. Congratulations, and we'll see you afterwards. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Nominated for Best Foreign Film at this year's Oscars, Days of Glory tells the Second World War story of the soldiers enlisted from France's North African colonies. But they were liberating a country which treated them as second-rate citizens.
Pourquoi je peux pas comprendre? Parce que je suis un bougnoul, j'ai moins de cerveau que vous. Des bougnoules, ils sont pas faits pour commander.
Director Rashid Bouchard wanted to show the heroism of soldiers who fought on and off the battlefield.
Tomate, c'est pas pour vous.
Quoi ça? Pourquoi les tomates, c'est pas pour tout le monde, sergent?
Soldiers like Algerian Haji El-Harbi, who enlisted at 18.
We learned that France was occupied by the Germans. At that time, we were French, really. We had to defend the country.
On se bat tous ensemble contre Hitler pour la liberté, l'égalité et la fraternité. Eh bien, il serait temps qu'il nous en donne un peu maintenant de cette liberté, de cette égalité et surtout de cette fraternité.
When the African soldiers discover many discrimination, it's a beginning of revolution, you know, in Africa.
In 1959, when the colonies became independent, France froze the veterans' pensions, meaning they got a third less than their French counterparts. But the French release of Days of Glory has won them a victory.
Et même si on doit payer 10 fois, 100 fois plus qu'eux, on paye! Et là, ils reconnaîtront notre mérite.
So finally, 50 years later, you managed to get a president and his wife in a cinema. You show them your film, and they change the policy.
Our decision with the actor when we finish movie, we call Chirac, please Chirac, can you come to see a movie? And he comes because he knows this problem. And 3-4 minutes, and after the screening, he calls the minister and said, okay, you need to find some money in your department, you know.
This is an amazing impact.
For him, I think it's not difficult because he go in 3 months. It's finished, you know.
Because we have an election coming up.
But it's very good when he go to Marrakesh or Algiers or Africa in holiday. People remember, you know.
Did you talk to war veterans themselves? Because my father is one of them. He did the Alsace campaign.
Vous serez les premiers d'entre nous à mettre le pied en Alsace. Toute la France vous regardera et se rappellera de vous.
All stories in my movies, they come from veterans from Algeria, Morocco, Senegal, and France. And after I meet them because we made a screening, a special screening for the veterans in Alger, and the French ambassador come to say thank you for your sacrifice, thank you for your everything, and now everything it's okay.
It touched me very much because my background is from Morocco. None of my parents or my parents' friends told me about that part of history. I think they're very, very shy about it. And probably they didn't know how to address it as well. I think, thank you very much for having done that on the screen and show the whole world how it was.
It's very important for Moroccan people, Algerians, Senegalese, all country. They keep some dignity, it's correct?
Were you thinking about Iraq when you made this film? It's so timely. It's perfect for Americans to see this film.
I think it's very important for America or England or Occidental country to know 500,000 of soldiers from Muslim soldiers come to fight for freedom, contre le fascisme and nazisme. Voilà.
Do we have a microphone for Olivier? Olivier is obviously the co-writer. I read an article recently that the youth in banlieue always thought that their parents were involved in sort of building Paris, building schools, building roads, and they've all of a sudden learned that they actually were part of liberating France. This is a good time for them to have this message, isn't it, the young people?
There is a necessity to tell this story because we don't learn it at school. That's one thing. But there is another thing. Today, il est la victime, the victim of the racism. He could have been in another time a hero. When they came in France, they were welcome like heroes, you know, like Americans. They gave chocolate to the people. They were beautiful men. So to the people now, their grandfather has been heroes. It was before the racism.
So what did it mean to you to be nominated for the Oscar?
This is important for us, for me. At this time, it's a great emotion. After, yes, okay, one Oscar, thank you very much. But after Chirac said, okay, we pay the pension and we give the recognize, it's a great Oscar, you know.
Can I thank you all for joining us, and could we please thank the director and co-writer here. We have Rachid Boucharet, Olivier Laurel. From prejudice on the battlefield to prejudice in Nigeria's film industry, some of Nollywood's biggest stars are the smallest in stature. That's people with restricted growth, and their success has raised a lot of questions about Nigerian society.
In the Nigerian film industry, little people are big business. A new phenomenon is seeing more producers casting people with restricted growth in the role of children, making them huge celebrities. Action! But it's a different story for people like Christiana, whose disproportionate features see her cast as a witch doctor or in voodoo films. These films are out of favour, and she and many others are struggling to find work. Christiana is an actor from the Dwarves Association of Nigeria. She was trying to sell her films direct to the public.
See this film, you're going to watch it. This is very interesting.
The organisation was set up to help them make their own films and tell their own stories.
There is discrimination that dwarves are not human beings. So when we had that problem, we decided to get ourselves together and form a body, fight for our rights. Hello, Daddy. Our pizza. Sir?
Christiana hopes the films they make will give people a better understanding of who they are.
Someone like, don't touch my car, it is devil. We're trying to create the awareness that dwarf is not what they call them. Dwarf is not evil, because that's what people think. They think because we're from all these different worlds. And that's why we gather ourselves together to act this film, to tell them that we're not what they think.
For Salt and Pepper, two successful actors, their proportionate features have given them a far easier path. Believe it or not, these stars are in their late 20s, but their physical appearance means they can be cast as children.
They are not like us, you know. Then, the kind of role they play, let me say, it's far away from our role.
The difference between them and dwarfs is because if you look at their stature, they have very good stature. Their bodies are nice. They have children's body.
As you can see.
Dwarfs usually have big heads and with stouty, with fat legs and stuff like that. They don't have it.
We have something to say.
Yes?
Mr. Stanley is our daddy. Our role in this particular scene is just that we don't want our dad to marry this girl.
Action!
Daddy, she's not Jolina.
Adam and Adeba, stay with your powder, stay with your powder.
Hey, my boys. Hello. It's you. So now, brothers and sisters, let's continue with the wedding.
Stop. I'm taking it. Yeah? I'm taking it. Yeah? Beautiful.
I have not really seen a dwarf that's in this industry that is successful. They just manage to come, hang around, and fizzle out. But this thing is a new phenomenon. They are among the most successful artists in the industry. People love them. People love to see them.
These actors are so successful because they fill the market's desire for humour.
Almost everybody in the third world countries are suffering. So most of them want something that will at least make them forget the pains in them and their sorrows, and that is comedy. Nigerians in particular love comedy a lot, and this is where this young man comes into play, because with their size and their stature, they could do some hilarious things that could make people laugh.
What they have is more permanent than what the average star has. You know, like the stars, others will twinkle and disappear. But I think these people, man, they're going to stay.
Well, that's it for this fabulous picture show. I have to send these two back to work because all our audience wanted to know was when they're bringing out their next film.
Next film shooting in Algeria and Morocco, and I invite Amanda on the set in Marrakesh.
And I accept.
And it's a very serious subject because it's about the Algerian war for its independence.
So the story is to be continued, but we hope to see you next time as well.
So how would you rate the film out of 10 and why?
Above 10, definitely.
I would say 10 out of 10.
It's hard not to rate it 10 out of 10, really. I couldn't stop crying all the way through.
My father, of course. He fought for France, he was in the Alsace campaign. That's him, yeah.
It did make me feel a bit better about my roots, Moroccan roots.
Myself come from that region, from Alsace, and I had no idea that it happened like that.